Hello everyone, my name is Leo and with this video we share the Guitar Gear news of the last month. And there is a lot to talk about. Let's start. First of all, Ibanez has released the Tube Screamer hand-wired version 2, which is basically a luxury hand-wired new edition of the glorious Tube Screamer that I think we all love. Let's just share a bit of history. The Tube Screamer, originally launched in 1979, has become one of the most iconic overdrive pedals in music history. The design utilized symmetrical clipping, a choice made to circumvent a patent held by Roland on asymmetrical clipping used in their Boss OD1. This decision significantly influenced the unique sound profile of the Tube Screamer, which is characterized by its mid-range boost and smooth overdrive qualities that I actually love. Initially, the Tube Screamer did not achieve immediate commercial success, but it gained traction in the 80s, particularly after being adopted by renewed guitarists like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eric Johnson. The pedal's reputation grew as it became synonymous with blues and rock music, leading to various iterations over the years, including the TS9 and TS10 models. Furthermore, the Tube Screamer was reissued in 2004 due to its enduring popularity among musicians and collectors. The hand-wired version 2 is a modern reimagined of the classic Tube Screamer. These are the key features. The V2 is hand-wired, as I said, that should ensure high quality and durability. This method also allows for better signal integrity compared to the mass production models. It utilizes high-grade components such as capacitors and resistors that are selected for their tonal characteristics, contributing to a richer sound profile. Like its predecessor, the hand-wired version 2 features the original JRC4558 operational amplifier, which is known for its warm tonal qualities and smooth clipping characteristics. Finally, it includes true bypass switching to ensure that your tone remains uncolored when the pedal is not in use. In terms of sound, the version 2 is designed to replicate the creamy overdrive associated with classic tube amplifiers. It excels at enhancing mid-range frequencies, which helps guitar solos cut through a mix without losing clarity. I would say that its sound is smooth and dynamic, making it suitable for a wide range of genres from blues to rock and beyond. Fender has released the new Fender American Ultra 2. The Ultra 2 series represents the pinnacle of Fender's guitar craftsmanship before entering the super expensive custom shop guitars. This series builds on the legacy of the original American Ultra line, introducing some new features that should enhance playability and sound quality. Let's describe the key new features. The Ultra 2 series is equipped with newly revoiced ultra noiseless pickups that deliver a classic single coil tone without the hum typically associated with traditional pickups. This should allow players to achieve rich, dynamic sounds suitable for various genres without unwanted noise interference. Each guitar features a quarter sawn neck, which enhances stability, resonance, and sustain. In fact, this method of cutting wood results in a straighter grain pattern, contributing to improved sustain and tonal clarity. The necks are designed with a modern D profile and rolled edges that should offer a comfortable grip. The necks are finished with an ultra satin treatment, making them smoother. This finish reduces friction, allowing for quicker hand movements along the fretboard. The Ultra 2 series includes 3 models, which are of course the Stratocaster, the Telecaster and the new Meteora, which has a quite unique shape that stands out visually even if not so appealing, at least for me. The prices depend on the model, of course, but we are at around $2,500. If they deliver on promises, I think it's a quite interesting upgrade. Next news is that we have the new Paint Audio Computer Effects CE-1, that is not Chorus Ensemble 1, if you remember the old Boss effect. This Paint Audio Computer Effect is basically a multi-effects unit that integrates a fully functional Windows computer with audio processing capabilities, allowing us to use popular VST plugins directly as pedalboard effects. Let's share its key features in my opinion. The CE-1 operates on Windows 11, enabling us to load our favorite effects and amp simulation directly onto the device. It features an 8-inch touchscreen, which is I guess the biggest in the industry. We can navigate through plugins and adjust parameters using touch gestures, and this should guarantee an easy-to-use device. The CE-1 is powered by an Intel N200 CPU with 16 GB of RAM and 256 GB SSD, and this configuration should handle multiple VST simultaneously, but of course we would need to test the unit. As far as I have understood, the CE-1 has a latency of approximately 4 to 12 milliseconds, depending on the sample rate and setting used. This latency is achieved through optimized ASIO drivers designed specifically for the CE-1. Of course, I have not tested the latency myself, as I don't have the unit, and therefore I don't know if these values are actually correct or not. In terms of I/O, it offers 2 XLR line combo inputs with phantom power, 2 additional jack inputs, MIDI input outputs, stereo outputs and stereo XLR outputs, so it is pretty rich. The device features USB-C connectivity for computer integration and a USB-A port for connecting additional storage devices or peripherals. Furthermore, we can connect an external monitor via an HDMI to USB-C adapter. I would say that on paper this is a pretty interesting device, as it is very customizable, allowing us to load our favorite plugins. Of course, it runs on Windows, which is not famous for its stability. We have latency measures only from the manufacturer, and finally, so far, you can purchase it only from the website of the producer at around 1,050 euros, to which we then have to add duties and taxes. As I said, it's an interesting device, but with some question marks. So, Paint Audio, if you want to send me a unit, I would be happy to review it and create some videos about it. Headrush has just released the new Headrush FlexPrime, which is basically the evolution of the old MX5 and the smallest multi-effect unit compared to the new lineup composed by the Prime, the Core, and now this new FlexPrime. Alongside the launch of the FlexPrime, Headrush has also released new firmware with some new features. The most noticeable for me is that we now have finally a computer editor. My god, I waited for 6 years, I think. I think Headrush was the only one without a computer app available, actually. Now the computer app works similarly as the Mod Dwarf. I mean, we don't have to install any app in the computer, but we need to connect our computer via Wi-Fi to the pedalboard that basically acts like a server for the computer app. So finally, better late than never, I would say, we have a computer app. As I was saying, this is now the base model of the new Headrush series of pedalboards, with 3 foot switches, an expression pedal, and a 4 inches touchscreen, which is smaller than the one in its bigger brothers. This small unit preserves the DSP power of the bigger units, offering therefore a signal chain of 14 effect blocks, plus the possibility to load parallel effects and to load profiles of amps created with the new revamped computer app called Revolver Amp Cloner. This app can capture full guitar and bass rigs, preamps and pedals. Even if we have 14 blocks and parallel effects, we don't have total freedom in choosing the blocks configuration, but we have to choose among some predefined signal chains. I don't know why there is this limitation, maybe for containing the latency or in order to better manage the DSP power, but of course I would have preferred more freedom here. In terms of I/O, it has a guitar input, an input for an external controller, a stereo effect loop via TRS jacks, a stereo output via TRS jacks, a phone out, an aux in, MIDI in and out via mini jacks, and a USB-B port. Unfortunately, as I much prefer USB-C, which is reversible and therefore more user-friendly. So here we have another unit entering the 3-foot switches and 1 expression pedal market segment with a premium price, I would say, as the price is $555, where for instance the Boss GX10 is $399. Of course, it offers the possibility to load profiles done with the Revolver app, but for the app we have to drop another $100. Now finally we have the computer app, which is a nice evolution from Headrush that seems to have started listening to us user. The thing that really continues to piss me off is the cabinet simulation. This is the same cabinet simulation that was available in the original Headrush units, and it is pretty prehistorical, I would say. I mean, we have a flagship unit considering the price, but we cannot place the mic in different positions across the cabinet. But we can just define if the mic is on axis or off. I mean, considering how important is the mic position for our final tone, and that basically also much cheaper units allow us to select the mic position, I think this is a pretty big limitation at a price point of $555. This can be for sure solved with firmware upgrades, like Line 6 did with Helix, but firmware updates from Headrush are issued not so often, and considering how long it took for Headrush to implement the computer app, I'm not so confident that this evolution is gonna be released anytime soon. But please let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Also, Boss has released a new pedalboard with the same form factor as the Flex, which is the Boss GX10, but I will not talk about it too much in this video, as you already have one really comprehensive video comparison in my channel with the GX10 and 3 other modelers with similar characteristics. Please check out that video for more info. And now let's go ahead with the next news. Steinberg has released the new Cubase 14. These are the main evolutions over the previous version 13, in my opinion. Cubase 14 introduces 6 modulators that allow us to modulate any parameter of a track or channel containing an audio signal. This includes features like an LFO and step modulator, which enhance creative possibilities by adding movement and dynamics to sound design. Then we have a new drum track, which provides an all-in-one environment for creating drum patterns that includes a new drum machine which combines sampling and synthesis capabilities and a pattern editor for programming dynamic beats, randomizing grooves and building custom drum kits with up to 4 layers of sounds. We have a revamped score editor built on Steinberg's Dorico software. We have some new effect plugins, and here I would mention for us guitarist a shimmer reverb and the studio delay with built-in modulation, distortion, reverb and pitch options, which seems nice. The full mix console can now be accessed directly in the lower zone of the project windows in Cubase 14. And finally, the new version improves the event volume curve editing. This allows users to optimize audio with greater precision when adjusting phase and static event volume offsets. These are the most meaningful announcements, but do you know what is missing? Well, AI is not mentioned at all. And in this area there are cool possibilities that can be added in our DAW. For instance, with intelligent drum or bass part creation, following chords and prompts, or an AI automated volume leveler, mimicking for instance what a plugin like Dyn Assist can do, or an AI-driven mastering tool, etc. These are all areas where we have seen a lot of development and attention in the last couple of years, and it's kind of strange that Steinberg does nothing about it. No AI at all is mentioned in the era of the AI. Quite strange, honestly. What's your opinion? And now the last news you know, I'm always happy to bring to your attention new gear, especially from new gear builders. And here I have this incredible tiny box, which is called Stomp Station, and that basically can load profiles, also profiles done with NAM, converting them with a proprietary app. Now, I'm testing this unit and we will for sure share some videos in the coming months when the unit will be released. But I have to say that so far it is really one of those units that put a smile on my face. So subscribe and ring the bell for my upcoming videos about this unit when it will be officially launched. That's all for the today video. See you soon. Bye bye.